I told everyone about Jane and Jennifer. Oh my God.
Virginia.
Jane and Jane.
Yeah.
And they think that's hilarious.
So, hi.
Hi. So we are heading to your appointment with a psychiatrist. Am I doing a lot of boob fat?
No, no one cares about your boobs.
Okay.
I haven't put a lot of thought into this. I don't even know exactly what's gonna happen.
Good. So you haven't let yourself get panicky.
Right.
Great. You're on a low dosage right now of Zoloft that you just started, 3 weeks ago?
3 weeks ago.
And you don't really know if you feel a difference or not.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
Normally you would be freaking out right now about this appointment.
Maybe.
So that might be a good sign, right? I mean, wouldn't you say historically?
It's honestly hard to tell because before I went on Zoloft, I
in a bad place.
on a good.
Oh, you were in a good place.
I was in a good place already, so
Right.
I haven't really noticed too much of a change.
But I will say this:
Yes.
no matter what kind of high or low that you're in, you normally have a pretty good hardcore meltdown about right now. Usually you wake up anxiety ridden, the night before you're anxiety ridden.
And whereas now I just haven't put any thought into it at all.
Yeah, and I don't want to automatically assume the medication's the silver spoon, but it seems like the first big chance to kind of analyze it might be working a little bit. I love how you pointed out the whole sense of failure thing to me.
I know this is a lot psychological because can I tell you, the way that you are talking is the way that I talk about therapy. Oh, really? Yeah, the way I can do it myself. I don't need to go back to see someone else. I don't want to have to do that all over again. I know I can do it. If I go back to see someone else, it's like a failure. Because I know I can do it on my own. I know I can. So why would I see someone else? So that's how you're feeling. And in my head, I know that like me, I'm gonna do it because I know I have to. But I can't get beyond that. Yeah. Well, we'll get there. But I'm glad that I never realized that. That's very interesting because as your mom, I just so intensely love you and I've wanted you to, I know for a fact you need counseling. And that has to be a part of the recovery. Being on the medication is not the only thing. It has to be a part of your journey. And I know that it's a positive. And it's like, how do I get you to see that? But now I never realized that you're kind of stuck in the same mind frame I'm stuck on. You're my child.
How are you feeling about that?
Well, it's something that I've been coming to terms with for a while. And I think the big difference between the way that you and I do is that I totally always can rationalize things in my head. So I can always tell when I'm freaking out too much, when I'm being oversensitive. So my whole idea of being I'm better already and going back is admitting that I'm not better. It's admitting that I failed. And so that's how I feel. But I know that that's not the truth. I need to get help and stuff. So
well, I know that too.
I know.
I just can't get rid of that mindset. I know what the right thought is, but it doesn't help the bad thought. So intellectually, it's not true, but emotionally, you believe it. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
A new doctor, female doctor, so hopefully this will be a positive thing. I will rip someone's head off if they don't.
Yeah, we had a negative experience at earlier on. But
it wasn't you
horrible.
Didn't think it was as negative as I did. So a psychiatrist walks in.
Okay, no. Here's the thing. You have a hard time recognizing when I actually do make mistakes.
You tell your side of it.
Okay. I was in an outpatient program through Kaiser, and during that time there was talk of it was a group thing, so there was talk of medication and just a variety of medications and syndromes and conditions and a bunch of different things. And at one point I did end up seeing a psychiatrist to talk about
Can I pause
medication.
real quick and just say, because I have been very much on the don't medicate till you get some counseling first. I've been so just knowing that with my anger. So go ahead, play.
The therapist that I first saw there said that I might want to consider medication, and so she put me in to see the psychiatrist. And then he is the one that determines whether or not you do actually need medication.
Right.
And so I talked to him for about 10-15 minutes, and it was determined that I didn't need medication. And here's the thing.
Okay.
He told me that it sounded like I was just going through normal anxiety that people my age go through. Basically that I was having my quarter-life crisis, which is in part true, but it's something I've been having since I was 16 and hasn't stopped. And the thing is that something that I know about myself is that I lie first impressions, and I've done this every time I've seen a psychiatrist, therapist, counselor, I make myself seem better than I am, and they always have to continue to ask questions in order to get me to answer correctly. He didn't bother with that.
So, can I add my 2 cents now? As I admit, an overzealous bear-like mother, but...
I mean, your freaking job as a psychiatrist. You're dealing with a young woman who... I mean, even your paperwork shows... Like, you answered your paperwork honestly, because you told me that the assessment lady was like, this is a little... You've got... On paper, you're a little darker. Like, you were a little more honest on paper. So, I mean, obviously, he didn't look at your file. He just walked in and based his opinion on you in 10 minutes. And as much as I know that, I feel like, by telling you, you're pretty much typical for your age. And didn't you say he said something about you just need to learn how to deal with it or something? I know he said something like that. Okay, you take things... Okay, I know, I'm just saying, how did he say it? I don't remember the exact words, but it was something like... you kept repeating it for like 4 months. Like, I would learn to deal with it. Something I would learn to deal with. Just stuff like that. It's just normal anxiety, you know. Normal anxiety, and he said something like, your coping skills, you need to learn to deal with it or something. Yeah. And my thought is... That's what therapy is. Here's my thing. In a 10-minute conversation with someone, if he had bothered to look at your paperwork, which he obviously didn't, because on paper you were much more honest and talked about how you go to the dark side and how you do have some pretty dark thoughts. No, on paper I lied. No? Check there to redo my things. So if he had bothered to look into some stuff and spend more than 10 minutes with you...
that was actually damaging to you, because you repeated that comment that he made to you for a couple of months afterwards. You kept saying, well, I just need to learn to cope.
Well, I most definitely regret
I need
that
to learn
now.
to cope.
No, Mama. That's
Okay.
not something... That's not about what he said. That's about why you go to therapy. It's to learn coping skills, because anxiety is something that you have to live with.
But you, after you met with him, Maya, you were so... I could tell you were devastated. You can't tell me he did not devastate you, because I know you. You came back from that,
I was very upset, but I also acknowledged that it wasn't entirely his fault. Yeah, he probably should have talked to me a little bit longer and tried to understand me a little bit better, but I also lied.
Yes, but he's a psychiatrist. In 10 minutes.
He did his job. He had to make... That's what he
No,
does.
not in 10 minutes. I'm sorry. All he had to
His
do
only
was pull your
job,
file.
his only job was to determine whether or not I needed medication.
But
not to talk
nobody-
to me, just to figure out whether or not I
Maya,
need medication.
Nobody can determine whether someone needs medications or not in 10 minutes.
What is-
Because if he had, or that program, but specifically him, had spent more time with you, then we may not have gone almost a whole year till you finally came to me and said, I need you to help. I don't blame him for all the problems. I'm just saying I'm not happy with the way that went down. It was a very big missed opportunity, because...
But not that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things.
Okay, we can agree to disagree. Anyways.
So we're going to see a psychiatrist. I had been on a high, or I need to stop looking at things in that way, but I still have been doing well for a few months now.
Mm-hmm.
But at my peak, I still don't feel like I am where I am.
Well, you are
where
still...
I want to be. I don't feel...
You can't go out and get a job. You're still terrified to
so it's
have
not
a conversation
where I want to
with
be.
someone.
So
I'm giving away too much.
Oh, no, not you giving away too much. You just talk too much. But I love you.
Sorry.
Anyway, I decided that I wanted to look into medication as an option, and I also realized that in terms of doctors and things like that, it's not something that I am comfortable doing on my own. And so if I don't put my mom on it, it's just not going to happen.
Yep.
What do I make it?
No, I think that's great. You just intellectualize it and make it, I'm not comfortable on my own. So Mama to the rescue! It's been a great relief that you finally have acknowledged I do have these issues and I do need help.
I don't think it's that I didn't recognize there was a problem. I just wasn't ready to solve it.
Okay.
You oversimplify things, I think.
I think you oversimplify. That's what's so funny. Like, all I know is that we're both on track to make your life to let you live the life that you want to be able to live. Okay, we're good. This happens to us a lot. This happens to us
so much.
A lot. We go like this, and we talk around and around and around and around and around until one of us, not just you, this time it was you that went, oh, or I go, oh.
All the time this happens. That's crazy.
All right, so in the car with Virginia and Jane. Yeah, whatever, that's stupid. Bye.
Okay.